Will Donald Trump make aliens great again? Well, let's talk about it. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I will be mentioning the T word multiple times today. So if you're still in a sensitive place and, that word is going to, upset you, no worries, guys. I totally appreciate it. Much respect and much love. And maybe this video isn't for you and I'll see you on the flip-flop. But for those of you that are still here, let's dive into how the new U.S. election will affect UFO disclosure potentially. To start with, all of the key players that have been pushing UFO disclosure so far, like Tim Burchett and Anna Paulina Luna and Nancy Mace, Kirsten Gillibrand, Jerry Moskowitz, all these guys are still in place. They all got reelected. So, very good. I can't wait to see, for example, the new UFO hearing led by Nancy Mace. And Kirsten Gillibrand is going to give us our first glimpse of the new director of Arrow coming up a little bit later. So it'll be really interesting to see if we have a new lovely director of Arrow or if the Dr. Kozlowski is going to be a stand-up guy that is actually pushing for UFO transparency and disclosure. Somehow I doubt it, but thanks to Kirsten Gillibrand pushing things forward, we will at least be able to get a glimpse of him and take his measure. So that will be very interesting. Kirsten Gillibrand was originally a big, proponent of UFO disclosure and transparency. She's been a little bit iffy. But fingers crossed that she's able to keep pushing things forward. And at the very least, that'll be very interesting. I'm much more interested in the UFO hearing in the House led by Nancy Mace. However, it doesn't at this juncture appear that we're going to get any of David Grush's 40-plus whistleblowers or witnesses, participants of the UFO crash retrievals and reverse engineering programs. On the other hand, they have been trying to keep the names of the panelists on that hearing mum so that they aren't scared off like they were last time. We do know some names, like Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet and also potentially Lou Elizondo. That's awesome. Lou absolutely deserves his day before Congress. Can't wait to see that. But I really want to see David Grush's 40-plus participants and witnesses to the UFO control group itself. But we may have to wait for that one. We may have to get this hearing in order to get that one down the line. We just have to keep the conversation going and get more and more people in Congress interested. But what about Donald Trump? Well, the Mirror says Donald Trump becoming president is the perfect storm for UFO announcement. A second Donald Trump presidency could have seismic implications for UFO disclosure, which could prove the U.S. government has had contact with ET civilizations. That's according to Nick Pope, who for many years was in charge of analyzing UFO reports for the Ministry of Defense. Billionaire tycoon Trump has claimed victory in the 2024 U.S. elections, and Pope told the Mirror that the victory could be an absolutely game-changing event when it comes to alien phenomena. Trump's victory may have seismic implications for disclosure. It's the perfect storm, a maverick populist president in his second term, and thus not up for re-election. For those in the UFO community who believe there's been a decades-long conspiracy to cover up the truth about an alien presence, Trump in his second term offers the best ever hope for pushing back against the deep state and delivering disclosure. Of course, Nick is a more conservative guy, a more pro-Trump guy, so you would expect him to say something along those lines, right? So what does Trump have to say for himself?
A lot of people are very interested in the footage of UFOs. The Pentagon has released a few videos, and there's been anecdotal reports from fighter pilots. So a lot of people want to know, will you help push the Pentagon to release more footage, which a lot of people claim is available?
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I would do that. I'd love to do that. I have to do that. But they also are pushing me on Kennedy. And I did release a lot, but I had people come to me and beg me not to do it. But I'll be doing that very early on. But I would do that.
Okay, he would love to do it, and he has to do it, and he'll be doing it early on, according to Donald Trump, releasing some UFO stuff. He doesn't say full-on transparency. He doesn't say he's going to invite the leaders of the Galactic Federation to the White House, but he does at least say that he will do it. And to his credit, he did release some JFK files, which is encouraging, but he didn't release the full JFK files. And, the reason for that may be because of involvement by U.S. institutions, potentially like the CIA. And also there could be living, participants of whatever happened back in the day to President John F. Kennedy, still alive today, and that may be why they're delaying, releasing those files. But it also could be, if indeed the CIA was part of it, and there is some evidence to indicate that, unfortunately, that could be seen as damaging to the country, and it's not in the best interest of the country to release that information. I say release it. If there's worms that need to be exposed, we need to expose them. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and there may need to be a lot of disinfectant brought to bear. But there you go, Don saying that he will provide some UFO transparency. Now, let's go over what else we know about Donald Trump and UFOs, or what he has said and what others have said. Ross Coulthart and Haim Eshed, Brigadier General and co-founder of Israel's space program, both said that Donald Trump was read into the full enchilada of the UFO issue, including the presence of the Galactic Federation, and both independently said that he, Donald Trump, wanted to reveal this information to the public, but was talked out of it. Haim Eshed didn't say anything about it being, him being talked out of it in a threatening way, but Ross Coulthart did. He went as far as to say that Donald Trump's life was threatened if he went forward with this information. Now, that's definitely a juicy story. I remain a little skeptical, honestly, on that story that Trump was read into the Galactic Federation, that whole thing, in that he was going to tell the people about it. First of all, I don't think presidents are read in at that level. They may be told some stuff, but I don't think they're read into the full enchilada. Also, if he was going to reveal it to the American people, I think there would have been more buildup to that. Instead of just saying, yeah, there are some pilots that are more handsome than Tom Cruise and taller that have seen some stuff, I think that he would have ramped that up a little bit more. But, let me know your thoughts on that. And by the way, let's not get political in the comments. You can just discuss Trump and, the politicians involved, but let's not get political. This is about UFO disclosure and UFOs in general. So yeah, please don't get political in the comment section. I know that's hard to do at this date, but let's try to dial it back, and just talk about UFOs. Okay, so what else do we know about Donald Trump and UFOs? Well, I wouldn't say we know this, but this is a very interesting prediction by Cliff High. If you haven't seen me talk about Cliff High before, this is a gentleman that uses bots. I'm not going to be able to explain it very well, but he uses bots to, scour the internet, and he's looking for trigger events and things that will happen in the future. Then he's able to use the collective consciousness that is evidenced through online interactions to actually predict the future. And apparently he's had some success with this. Well, he had a specific prediction that he made many years ago. I want to say back in 2009, 2008, where he saw the Joe Rogan Trump interview. And I think it was like 37, 39 days after the Joe Rogan Trump interview, there would be UFOs battling military jets in the sky. and there would be other UFOs that might be coming to help. And yeah, so, is that blue beam? What is that? Is that triggered by Trump's victory that, blue beam would be initiated? Something like that? Is that what he's seeing? Or is that prediction, revealing an actual alien attack or something like that? Or heck, maybe the human military is the one to strike first. And the aliens are simply defending themselves. So we don't know, but it's a super intriguing prediction. The Future Forecasting Group, my favorite remote group of remote viewers, remote viewed Cliff High's prediction, and it actually coordinated with him. And yeah, they seem to corroborate it. A lot of their data seems to corroborate Cliff High's prediction of this event, which is like in a month or so. Yeah, guys. So get ready for either a UFO attack or the launch of Project Bluebeam, if that's a thing, in about a month. According to that information, I've got my shovel ready. I'm building my bunker, guys. I am building my bunker. So that is really intriguing, obviously big if true and very alarming if true. So we will see how that pans out. Also keep in mind that maybe there are multiple timelines and that maybe his predictions were predicting one timeline, and we may or may not be in that timeline. Maybe we have entered another timeline. I kind of hope so, because as juicy and as exciting as that sounds, that also sounds pretty alarming. Sounds like some S is going to hit the fan if that's true, and I don't want to be standing near that fan. But yeah, so let me know what you think about Cliff High's prediction, Trump's presidency, and how it could impact UFO disclosure or transparency. He did release some JFK files. He says he would release some UFO stuff and that he needs to release some UFO stuff. So I'm inclined to think that he would release something. He does have a history of releasing something, but it's not going to be the whole can of worms unless there is some sort of catastrophic event that forces his hand. At least that's my take. But at least we have the key players in Congress still in place, pushing things forward. And I think when we get more and more hearings and we get more and more Congress invested, then they're, spreading this out to the American people. The American people are seeing this on live TV, on C-SPAN or whatever. Then the American people are going to get more invested in this topic, and they are going to demand answers. They are going to demand transparency. There's going to be a mandate from the American people on Congress and ultimately on the president to disclose. And I think that's when we're ultimately going to get somewhere, is when we have enough public interest when the public is galvanized and is pushing Congress to get something done. That's when we're going to get something done. But we need first, to get there, we need some members of Congress to push this forward, and we've got those, and they are still in place, so that's great news. Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below, and if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.